What's up guys, Hamsterwheel here with a new video, and this is gonna be a little extra I guess, because a while back I made a kind of a character video where I show you guys all my characters. I did one for the Warsong server, I did one for Archangel and a few others. And that has been a long time ago, and since then many things have changed. So I figured as a little extra, I'm gonna show you pretty much my updated character list, so to say. We're starting off with the Phoenix Warsong server. Okay, so you probably know this character already. This is my hunter that I use for the Phoenix Warsong server, the leveling and raiding experience. And yeah, this is the character. You know, I got my Arcanite Reaper, some Devil Star items, and pretty much pre-rated best in slot. So he's called Old Time's Sake because I leveled there for old time's sake. So there you go. That is the character on Phoenix WoW. So we can move on now to Retro WoW. Okay, welcome to Retro WoW, and for some weird reason you have kind of a, I don't know, a weird ass Rubik's Cube in your hand when you're on the login character screen, so we're just gonna have to deal with that. So let's go through my characters on Retro WoW, and as you can see I have a lot of them. Starting off with my Druid. I used this for my balanced Druid crit video, and as you can see I got some cool items. I got some stuff from Black Lair. I got the tier 2.5 shoulders, cloak from Nefarian, belt from Cthulhu, and a few other items. So that is my Druid. He's a balanced Druid, in case I haven't told you that. And I love it. If I ever want to basically do some PvP, some random battlegrounds, I'll probably, most of the time I'll log onto Retro WoW and I'll use this character or my Shaman, which we're going to check out right now. So this is my Shaman. He's probably my main on Retro WoW, if you will. I have 3 out of 5 Stormcaller, like that's the tier 2.5. I got the Mace from Nefarian, tier 2 leggings, again the belt from Cthulhu because it's really good. Cloak from Nefarian. He's elemental. I use this for the Elemental Shaman Crits Part 3, where I just basically go all out in terms of how much damage I can do, which turns out is a lot. I mean, Elemental Shamans are great at burst DPS, so that is my Shaman. Then right here I have my Smite Priest. And I did just a little bit of work on this one. I have the Mace from the Nefarian, and I have 2 PvP items. And other than that, there's not much I did on this character. Just, I know I made this for fun, did some battlegrounds, and then a little bit of PvP, or a little bit of PvE in this one. So then we have my mage here. This is all stock gear that you get from the vendors on Retro WoW. So once again, I just did a little bit of PvP on this character, just to check things out. Just mess around a bit. So that's Troll Hamara, and that is in no way a reference to the Finnish band Fintroll. Of course it is. You know it is. My Hunter Crisis, once again, random character I made, and for some reason the chest piece is really weird. Pretty much pre-raid best in slot. Again, nothing but vendor gear. So there you go. Storm Swipe. I'm not sure what the name is, but characters. I actually used that for the what I didn't like about WoW Vanilla. I actually used this character to go to Maraudon, die there, and then kind of film the long ass corpse run you have to do there. Rotten Lock. This is a character I actually spent a fair bit of time on. As you can see, I got some tier 2 belt from Cthulhu again because it's just really good. Cloak from Nefarian, and I got the dagger of, I think it's called Veiled Shadows or something like that. It's the weapon you can get from the Cenarian Circle. So I actually did a fair bit of PvE on this character and a little bit of PvP. So here we got my Druid, Sinesta, balanced Druid. Once again, just a random alt for funsies. Salika, once again random alt, and another random alt with a white cloak for some reason and a Rubik's Cube. See, I don't know why, but the logging screen from Retro WoW is a little messed up. But there you go. Those were all my characters on Retro WoW. So we can move now. I'm sorry. So right now we can move on to, I think, Phoenix Archangel. Okay, welcome to Phoenix WoW, the Archangel server. And we're starting off with my Shaman, Celica. This is, I think, the very first character I made on the Phoenix Archangel server. And I spent a lot of time on this character. This appeared in many videos, some dungeon videos, uses for the Nether Strike guide, and a bunch of others. And as you can see, I have the full Nether Strike set. I have 3 out of 5 tier 4, the Season 2 gauntlets from PvP, the Mace from PvP, and the shield from badges. That's the cloak from Prince, from Karazhan, and a few other items. And I also have full enhancement gear and full resto gear. So there's a lot of time spent on this character. I did a fair amount of PvP because I did not vote for the gloves or the mace. I got that all from honor, and I got the trinket and I think one other item as well. So I did a fair bit of PvP and a lot of PvE. Many heroics. I did a lot of heroics even before Karazhan or something like that was out, I think, even for Phoenix Archangel. Just collected a ton of badges. So there you go, that is my Shaman. Moving on to my Druid, Archangel. This is the Druid that I made a video for, where I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go PvP. And I actually did a fair bit of PvP, I did a fair bit of arenas. As you can see, I have vengeful items, I have the brutal gloves, I got some Season 2, the Merciless, so I have a full armor set of PvP basically. I have the Season 2 War Staff, and once again, I did not vote for that. I got that through PvP. Just did a lot of Alterac Value until I had 27k honor, which that staff costs, I think, at the top of my head. Other than that, I have full feral gear on this character, and actually almost full resto gear as well. So I think this, with my Shaman and my Warlock, which I'm going to show you in a minute, those are probably my three main characters here on the Phoenix Archangel server. And as you can see, there's a lot of characters, and I have multiple accounts here. So yes, I'm an alcoholic, and you'll definitely see that. So that's my Druid. This is another Druid I made, but this is my tanking Druid. This is basically what I used if I, let's say, wanted to gear up a character, and I could not find anyone. So I just made a tanking Druid, which I could use to boost my gearing up character, basically. Which if you watch my gearing guides for the Phoenix Archangel server, for Burning Crusade in general, you might have seen that. So there you go. That is my tanking Druid. It's got some cleft hoof and some other stuff, but I'm thinking bear form. He has like 13k HP, so that's not too bad whatsoever. Another Druid. I know, I love Druids. This is my twink, basically, level 39 alt. This basically what I made when I was kind of bored, I guess. And it's pretty sweet, you know. If I ever feel like messing with the Alliance in Stranglethornville, I'll just hop onto this character and just have some fun. So there you go. Sheepshift, this is the character. Yes, another Druid, I know. This is the character I used for my leveling series with Dr. Nomad. And after we were done doing that, I actually spent some time on this character raiding, because I have the tier 4 headpiece, and I have tier 4 leggings, and I have the mace from Magister's Terrace. So I've actually put a little bit of time into this. So yeah, that is Sheepshift, the character I used with Dr. Nomad for the leveling series on Phoenix Archangel. Now, these characters you're going to see right here are actually characters that were on the Warsong server, but then Phoenix decided to merge Warsong and Archangel together, and Alakir, the Instant 60 server, and transfer all the characters from your Warsong server to these. So basically, all the gear here is pretty much obsolete and useless, because you know the stuff I got from here, you can get better greens in Outland, basically. So, and it's a shame, because now all these characters I put so much time in are now pretty much obsolete. So that sucks. But here we have my Shaman. This is actually the very first character I made in Warsong, and as you might know, Warsong is the very first private server I joined. So what you're looking at right here is the very first character I made on a private server. That's right, and he's elemental. He's got some the Dungeon 2, the tier 0.5 set. He has the Bloodvine vest. He's got actually the shoulders from Molten Core, because I actually did Molten Core with this Shaman, and I was lucky enough to get those shoulders. Those are pretty sweet. And then this happens. Alright, now where were we? Yeah, my Elemental Shaman. So yeah, this is my Elemental Shaman, first character I ever made on a private server, on the old Warsong server. Same count for this one, also from the Warsong server. This was my mage. I used this mainly to farm items and farm gold, and then I geared this up eventually, and I did a few raids with this one as well. He's an Arcane Frost. He also has the full Bloodvine set, the Zulian staff, and the turban from UBRS, and a few others. Here's my level 60 balance druid, also on the Warsong server, and this one is pretty much pre-raid based in slot. Also did a few raids with this one. I have one up where I do Assyrian. I managed to record that quickly, and I did a few other raids as well. So that was really fun. And that is my balanced druid here. So that is, let me just check, 1, 2, 3 balanced druids on one account. I know. And then we have my hunter, which is from the hunter gearing videos, which I had to rename to something else because the name I had for this one, Disposed Hero, was already taken. So there you go. These are my characters on my first account. Yes, I have multiple accounts here. Alright, welcome to my second account, and as you can see, lots of 60s and lots of 70s again. This is my Shaman Earth Monk, who was in the Gearing Up Your Shaman video for basically entry-level dungeons. And since then, he's got a few epics, the kilt, the cool-ass shoulder, it's got the mask under fire, and I think a few other goodies, but other than that, there you go, that is my Shaman I leveled for some videos. Okay, moving on to my mage, Smoking Trees, and yes, it's a stupid name. Basically, I was out of imagination, I didn't know what to name my mage, so I went with something stupid. And again, a character that I actually put a lot of time in, because it has it has 2 out of 2 spell strike, tier 2 shoulders, and a full spell strike, or a spell fire set actually. So, lots of time put into this one, and I like it, you know, I like the mage class in Burning Crusade, so that's awesome. Over here we have my Smite Priest, which you might have seen from the Smite Priest crits in video number 2, gearing up my Smite Priest, and then me doing Karazhan and Gruul's Lair with the Smite Priest. So he's got some pretty awesome gear actually. There's a lot of gear in here, and over 1,000 spell damage, which is a lot for his priest. So that is my priest. Moving on to my third character, which I would call my main, which are, you know, as I said before, my shaman, my druid, and this character right here, which is my warlock, who needs dots. He's basically called who needs dots because I'm in the Shadowbolt spamming spec, which is boring, but it does a lot of DPS. I have 2 out of 5 tier 4, 2 out of 2 spell strike. I got the Frozen Shadowweave robe. I have the blade from Gruul's Lair, belt of blasting, and a few other goodies. So once again, a character that I spent a lot of time on. This is just a random alt I made. Another alt. I made this one for basically money. He's got some random gear. Not even worth mentioning. Handle It. This is my Orc Warrior I leveled for the PvE Arms Warrior, the Unusual Specs video. And then we have Stunned Brain, which is my Hunter, which I used for the vote points. There was a double vote point week. I voted for Phoenix, and then I had like 150 vote points, so I leveled a Hunter, and then decked it out in epics, and then did some Karazhan and Gruul's Lair, and actually got some epics, as you can see. So yeah, the gear on this character is not too bad, but you know, like I said in the videos that I used this character for, I'm not good with hunters. This is another character that's from the original Warsong server. Its name used to be Pat, you know, inspiration to the Tauren Warrior, the PvP monster back in vanilla. I had to call it 6-Foot Ninja, which is kind of a resemblance to 12-Foot Ninja. If you don't know who 12-Foot Ninja is, look that up. It's an amazing band. And then my mage, which is another mage I made just to make some money, basically. So nothing important here. This one was in the Big Blue Dress. There we go. Spit it out. Big Blue Dress tribute video. Okay, time for some Alliance characters. That's right, I also have some Alliance characters here. This is Please Gold. Again, stupid name, did not know what to call it. And I actually did a fair amount of PvP on this character because I have the trinket and I have the Season 1 headpiece, as you can see. It looks badass. So, yeah, other than that, nothing special. Swagger Rogue, stupid ass name once again. It's got the full assassination set and the blade from Aldor and a few other things. So that is my rogue here. Lame Strike, which is obviously a spin-off to Flame Strike. I mean, again, stupid name. I used this one again, another character I used to make money. Then we have Lol Starfire, which is kind of it was going to be a twink project, but it was one of those ideas I had, and then I started making it, and then eventually I just quit because it just didn't didn't really go the way I wanted to, so another random alt. Nomenclatura, this is the character I made for my Gearing Up Your Retribution Paladin, and also some dungeon footage. And as you can see, he's got some, he's got the welfare PvP set basically. It's got the oath, the auction house mace, and some other blues. But there you go. That's my Retribution Paladin, because I don't like Blood Elf Paladins. I like human Paladins much more because Blood Elves look stupid. Mythical. This is my Shaman I used for the Gearing Up Your Enhancement Shaman guide, where it was quite lengthy, and I showed you step by step each quest, where to get it, where to go, what to get, etc, etc. So this one took me a long time, and I really liked it. And since then, I've actually got some new items. You can see I got the Fool's Bane from Karazhan. I got I have 4 out of 5 Desolation. That's the Dungeon 3 set. And then I have a really cool helmet. Look at that. That's basically the Old Hunter Tier 2 set, then recolored. And some really cool mace right here. These are huge. So there you go. That is my Shaman. Big Black Moo. That is my tanking character. My warrior. Again, use this for the Gearing Up Your tank. And since then, it's pretty much stayed the same. I didn't do a whole lot of tanking because, once again, just like my hunter, I geared it up, wanted to try it out, figured out that it's not really my thing, so there's not a whole lot done with this character. Then we have Lol Frostback. Yes, another mage, which I used for my unusual specs videos for Full Frost, seeing if that's worth anything. And if you're wondering, by the way, well, why do you level up a new character? It's basically because I made a lot of money leveling up characters here in the Burning Crusade. That's how I made my money. I did not like farming, because you make more money farming, but it's very tedious and boring. At least with leveling a character, you get to do something different. You go to that zone, this quest, and etc, etc. So that's why I have so many characters here. And I used this one, I used this for the unusual specs, and then I revisited this character because I got a whole bunch of new gear. I got 2 out of 5 Eldor, actually, tier 4 set. The War Staff, the Cloak from Karazhan, Last Boss Prince, and some other stuff. So there you go. Let's move on, oh yeah, to the 4th account. Okay, welcome to account number 4. Over here we have Orhemal, which is my Paladin tank. This is basically another farming character, which I use to collect gold if I don't feel like leveling. So yeah, not much to it. It's got some Fell Steel, it's got some Dungeon 3, Mana Wrath, and a cool looking shield actually. That looks pretty badass. But other than that, not much to it. Then we have Shock and Load, which is my character that I made for the unusual specs videos regarding the Shockadin. And since then it's got some decent gear after I last visited that. I now have some Tide Fury, I have some random other thingies, I got a new sword. So I might actually, I don't know, revisit this soon. I could do that. But there you go. Sinesta, another character I made just to make some money. Link Strike, another character. This was actually my Smite Priest from Warsong, the Holy Fire, Holy Priest crit video. Very early video of mine, and once again it was transferred to the Archangel server, so it's now pretty much useless. And I have some Bloodvine, I got a 30 spell damage on my staff enchanted, Dungeon 2, Turban from UBRS, once again, that's it. And then a random alt, I don't know what the hell to do with this character, some random stuff. Now, let's move on, oh yeah, this is going to be the last one for Phoenix Archangel, I promise you. To the last account. Okay, now for the last account there is a lot of characters here that I just leveled up for money. This is one of them, Linux Ubuntu. Yeah, take a wild guess where that's from. Oak Hunter. This is basically my I've actually made priest updates where I was leveling a priest and just seeing if the Smite Priest was possible. I actually made this before I made my Undead Smite Priest, which was my main, I think. I'm not sure anymore, but again, I did this mainly for some videos and some money. Nomenclatura, this was actually my, I wanted to go PvP with a rogue, geared it up, got some decent gear, did some PvP, and then I was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna go back to my druid. Drake Dodge, I mean, the stupid name, obviously a reference to Drake Dog. And once again, another character I geared up for money. Use it in some of my videos, the Demon Lock spec, and some other stuff. Lol Smite spec, we're level 60 priest, still might be something in progress. Adrenaline, another Warlock, which actually has some nice gear now because it has the War Staff and some stuff. So, yeah, another character that I didn't really do a whole lot with. Might actually do something with that sooner or later. It's just another character laying around. Yeah, I know, I'm an alcoholic. Dispose Hero, this is my level 60 Twink Shaman, which you might have seen in a few videos regarding my Twink. Me building that Twink and also doing Hellfire Rapper to see how insanely overpowered it is. And it turns out it kind of is, because I have the Mace from the Nefarian, 3 out of 5 Stormcaller, that's a tier 2.5. I got the Orb from the Nefarian and some other goodies. So that is my Shaman level 60 Twink. The Poison Rogue speaks for itself. This was the character I made for my unusual specs Poison Rogue video, where I just basically wanted to try out if it's actually possible to do a good amount of DPS while stacking spell damage as a rogue. And it turns out it was quite decent. And then last but not least, my healer, which was used for my gearing up your healer guide. And that is everything on the Phoenix Archangel server. So now we are going to move on to, I think, oh yeah, Smolder Forge. So let's do that. Okay, now for the Smolder Forge server, you're going to see a lot of tier 5 geared characters or whatever. And that's because Smolder Forge is an instant 70 Burning Crusade server where you can basically get tiered 5 or equivalent PvP gear, that's like Season 2, from vendors. So, and I mainly used this server to basically experiment, because you can make a fully decked out character, choose your spec, and then go to a target dummy and see what's what. So I really like that. So there's a lot of just test characters here. So I'll go through them really quick because they're not really worth mentioning a whole lot. So here we go. We got my Mage. I have my Druid. Balance. Lol Smite spec. Well, take a guess what spec that is. Who Needs Dots, which is my Warlock. And then we have Ye Darnell, which is a Rogue. Pretty cool. Shock and Load, which is a Paladin. Retribution Paladin. Lol Frost spec, which is again a full Frost Mage. Starfire, I have no idea. And then we have Handlet, which is a Warrior. And I think that's it. I'm gonna have to double check. Nope, there's actually more, and there's just 3 more characters. This is my Shaman, Earth Monk. Then we got Disposable, which is my Warlock, basically something else. And then Big Black Moo, and that's it. I basically did nothing but test characters here. I did not do any of the PvP, so that's all I'm gonna show you for the Smolder Forge server. And we can move on to probably the most important server right now, which is Primal WoW. Okay, welcome to Primal WoW, and this is what is now my main character. Of all the characters I have on all the servers, this is my main character. And since this is my main character, might as well log in to talk a little bit more about this character. So I started leveling this character over a year ago. I still have that video up. It's funny because I have a video up of me checking Primal WoW out, so I actually have the video of me creating this actual character over a year ago, so that's kind of funny. Also, why am I wearing these 2 items? I have no idea. There you go. So, what can I show you guys? Well, right now I'm pretty much, well, I'm very close to being next pre-raid. I have the tier 2.5 circlet, which I'm very proud of because we did kill Twin M's quite recently, not too long ago. The shoulders from Black Moon Lair. Still rocking that full Bloodvine because Bloodvine is just way too good to drop right now because of the hit rating and the fact that you get 28% crit rating, or 28 crit rating, which is really good for fire. Got the Staff from Nefarian's Trinket, Trinket from Molten Core, Ring of Eternal Flame, which is from Nax, that's a really nice ring, and then the Manic 90 Core, which is OP, you get from Molten Core, and then Netherwind Gloves, which actually should be Blood-Tinted Gloves, there we go. So a few other items I have my Nature Resistance gear right here. I have a few other items like the Hit Rating Trinket, the best chest piece you can get, because look at this. Look at that, I am but a single student of pink, And the Queen of Pink is on the server, and I'm but a simple student, so there you go. That is the pink robe. Some other stuff like crit items, mind quickening gem, which is really good if you can. This is really good for like Huhuran or something like that. Then I have the tier 2.5 shoulder pads also, as well, and then I have this. So this is basically my I'm showing off gear if I put that on. I have Robe of the Archmage, that's really good too. Cold Snap, 8 out of 8 Netherwind, by the way, so put that on. There we go. That is full Netherwind gear, that's looking awesome. And of course the Onyxia Skill Cloak. And in my bank, I have, look at this. These are all epics that I saved, and it's all just a bunch of random gear. So there's a lot. I mean, yeah, there's a whole lot of gear. I also have the full tier 1 set. Look at that. That also looks kind of cool. There you go. So I have full tier 1, full tier 2, and I got 2 pieces out of tier 2.5, and that's pretty much it. Is there anything else I can show you? Well, I got some mounts. I guess I can show you that real quick, just for this character. I'm not gonna do this for everyone. Got the big battle bear. Yeah, which I never use because I'm much more of a fan of the spectral tiger, which is this one. And then we have the black skeletal horse, which is kind of cool because I got this as an undead, and then I race changed to a troll for berserking, because that gives me 20% extra attack speed for 10 seconds. That is OP. And then 3 of the Kiraji mounts. I did not get the black one. I didn't bother to do the quest for that one. I didn't really care about that. So there you go. That is my main character of all the private servers I played on. So there you go. We can move on to my other characters. So on this account, I still have. Wait for it. I have Stunbrain, which is my Moonkin, which you might have seen in a few videos. And Rodent Circle, which I used for the Gnome event, which is actually a quite recent video. And yeah, we can move on to my second account here. Okay, for my second account here we have my Hunter. By the way, wonderful tabard. Totally matches my gear. So there you go, that's my Hunter. I got some tier 1, and I got the bow from the Hunter quest. Pretty cool. Smitten, the Smite Priest, with that wicked looking mask. If you could just, there we go, look this way. Look at that. That looks frightening. Absolutely frightening. Got full Bloodvine again. I got the Priest Staff because that's OP in Wrath Lich King, because you know it's not healing anymore, it's spell power. And yeah, that's it. And these are all names I've reserved in case I wanted to make an alt. And then I have Idris, which is my Shaman alt that I level on very occasionally. And that's it for Primal WoW. We can move on to Dalaran WoW. Alright, welcome to Dalaran WoW, where I have just one character, because it's a one-time leveling raid server where my friends moved, and I just had to join them for all the PvE fun, which you probably have seen on my channel. I have multiple videos up of us doing not Nexteramus, Ulduar. And this is the warlock in question. His name is Kuvnun, which is a Dutch term. I have the Hero's Plague Heart, basically. Got some stuff from Ulduar, including the Fire Soul and some other stuff. So, yeah, this is pretty much everything I have to show you for Dalaran WoW. I just use this to play with my friends, basically, and do some raiding, have some fun, kick back, have a beer. So that is what I do on Dalaran WoW with my Warlock. So, yeah, we can move on to Gamer District real quick. Okay, and welcome to Gamer District. And yes, I actually leveled an alt here besides the characters I use for my leveling series. So here we have Mariku. Not much to mention. He's elemental and he's got some random gear. So there you go. Nothing special. And here we have the priest in question, which I used with Dr. Nomad to level. He is crap geared. Absolute crap gear, but we're just using this to basically have a bit of a fun on the Gamer District server, where we just level and kick back. So that's my priest, and then we have Asho. I wanted to level a Moonkin here, and I was like, after 7 levels, I was like, meh, never mind. So random character there, but mainly it's about this character for the leveling series. So after this, we can move on straight to Pandashan. Okay, here we are in Pandashan, and there's actually a lot of characters. Wow, I totally forgot about these. So what do we have? Well, we have Shut Up Nerd, which once again is a stupid random name that I came up with. This guy is packing full PvP gear. That's right, I actually did a fair bit of PvP here on Panashen because I really like the way hunters feel in the Mists of Pandaria expansion, so that's why I like hunters. Moving on, we have Hamsterwheel, which is a character that I've shown in a few videos, I think, where I just show you guys how to get justice points on Panashen, and that's how it's incredibly easy. It's got some transmogs, the tier 5 shoulders and wings, because I like the wings, and it looks super funny on a cow. And then the tier 4 robe, and the hammer of judgment, I think, or something like that, which is also pretty badass. So there you go, that is my priest, and he is, or she is, my spec, so yeah. Warlock, once again, the cheesy Drake dodge name returns. And this one actually has a fair bit of PvP gear too. As you can see, I have the PvP chest, shoulders, and headpiece, and I got the Spellblade. So I spent a little bit of time, not too much, but you know, it's got some gear. It's not too bad. Sinesta, once again, my druid. This was a work in progress. As you can see, it's pretty much a fresh level 70 that I wanted to use for maybe some tanking video or whatever, but never got around to doing that. Need healing. This is my warrior that I didn't actually make for a video. I just wanted to see what it's like to play a warrior on the Panashen server, and I actually did a little bit of PvP. You can see the shoulders and the gloves, and I got the Ash Candy Great Sword of the Brotherhood transmog because that sword is just freaking badass. So that is my my little female orc warrior. And then we got Iron Eye, which is in no way related to Iron Eye, the shaman from WoW Vanilla. And you know, he's transmogged to kind of look like him, but he is elemental, and he's got some dungeon gear. I think item level like 480 or something, so that's not too bad, considering I only did like heroic dungeons. So there you go. Pyro Shohei, stupid ass name, stupid character, forget about it. Moon Twink, something I did for funsies, made a twink character level 70, which has he has insane gear. Be Prepared, which was gonna be a tanking paladin character level 90, but at level 70 I quit because I don't know, I lost motivation. And the same goes for my rogue, same story. Wanted to level a rogue to level 90 here on Panashen, and I lost motivation. And I think I have one more account here, so let me just check. And yes, I do, and this is actually could this be my main? It's either my hunter that on my previous account or this one, Runai. He's got the tier 2 transmog with some staff that looks like, I don't know, what do you call that? I forgot. I actually did a fair amount of PvP with this character too. See, here's the thing, I really like PvP in the later expansions because it's very flashy and intense and everything, so. And especially Pharaoh Druids, I love Pharaoh Druid PvP in Mists of Pandaria, so. That is, that's pretty much it for Panashen. Then we can now move on to, I think, the last private server, which is WoW Freaks. Okay, welcome to the last private server, WoW Freaks, and we are here with, once again, a druid, and he's called Rune. Go figure. This was a character I wanted to level 90, and as he got to level 90, wanted to do a few videos with that, and then I lost motivation. And then this character is now pretty much laying around here collecting dust like many other characters. Like this one, my paladin, No Grain. Again, wanted to do something with that. Didn't get around to doing that, so there you go. 2 abandoned characters on this random account. But that's not all I have. One more account here, and I think then we're done. Okay, welcome to my last account that I'll show you. And here we have Hamsterwheel, which is the one I used for my leveling experience video from WoW Freaks. So it got to level 90 indeed, and then I haven't touched it ever since. So still the same old character with the same old shitty gear. Adrenaline, my rogue, which actually I used for my dungeon experience, and I geared it up to the point where I'm now ready for raids. And I still need to do, I still want to get around to doing a raiding experience on WoW Freaks, because I did that for Phoenix as well, so why not do it for WoW Freaks? Because I have the item level, I'm like 460, like 470 actually, so I can do entry level raids. So there you go. Oh my god, Arrows is actually a character that I've leveled quite recently, because this might be another character I want to raid with. It's either this one or that one, because once again I really like the way hunters feel in Mists of Pandaria. So if I'm ever gonna go around, if I'm ever gonna get around to making that rating video, it's gonna be either this one or that one. And apart from that, we have Lugo Kien, which is a druid, Shinkansen, which is a mage, and then my Smite Priest level 60 with some raiding gear. Actually, I don't know why I did that. Probably some cool transmog. But yeah, that's it. So there's a few other characters that I'm missing out, which are the characters on Molten WoW. But as you might know, Molten WoW had its molt down, so I cannot access those anymore, which is kind of a shame because I spent a lot of time on Molten WoW, which kind of sucks. But there you go. So yeah, these were all my characters that I have scattered across, out of the top of my head, like what, 9 private servers. So as you can see, I put a lot of time into creating characters and gearing them up, and as you can see, I'm a total alcoholic. I will not deny this. So yeah, these were all the characters I have. I hope you guys enjoyed this little extra video, and I'll be back very soon with another video. And as always, I want to thank you for watching this video. I'm Hamsterwheel, and have a good one.